just hit the reset button on a $5.5 million mistake. Marcus Pettersson is officially a New York Ranger. And a shocking twist, the Canucks actually got a first-round pick back for him. But why did New York pay such a high price for a struggling defenseman? And more importantly, what is Vancouver planning to do with all that new cap space that they just acquired? The ripple effects of this trade are massive. Let's get into it right now. So we're going to take a look at an article that talks about this from our friends over at Canucks Army, in particular our good buddy Tyson Cole. As you can see here, Canucks trade Marcus Pettersson to the Rangers for a first-round pick in 2030. Daily Faceoff insider David Pagnon first broke the news on Daily Faceoff's free agency live special a few hours later. Sportsnet's Elliot Friedman had the return. So to the New York Rangers is Marcus Pettersson, as we mentioned. To Vancouver is a 2030 first-round pick, but it is top 10 protected. For those of you not aware of what that means, it basically means if the first-round pick is within the top 10, New York keeps it, and in essence, the Canucks will get a 2031 first-round pick instead. But if it is not in the top 10, the Canucks receive this pick. So that is what top 10 protected means. Now, Pettersson, 30 years old, has 5 years remaining on his contract that, as we said, pays him $5.5 million annually. The 6'5" defenseman waived his full no movement clause to allow this trade to New York. The Swede had a rough first year of the contract in Vancouver, having scored just 3 goals and 15 assists for 18 points. Pettersson's defensive game fell off a tad, finishing with a -19 rating while logging 21 minutes and 27 seconds of average ice time in all 82 games. Now, of course, New York Rangers, as we've seen, have been pretty darn busy this offseason. First up, they made a big splash on draft day when they acquired Pavel Dorofeyev from the Vegas Golden Knights in exchange for the 26th and 92nd overall pick in the 2026 NHL draft, along with a 2028 first-round pick. The Golden Knights traded down from 26 twice and selected Finnish defenseman Juho Piiparainen at 29th overall and centerman Benjamin Wilmot at 92nd overall. Then earlier on July 1st, the Rangers acquired goaltender Jonas Korpisalo from the Boston Bruins for a 4th-round pick in 2028 and forward prospect Kalle Väisänen. They also made 2 other deals around the same time that the Pettersson trade was, reported, sending centerman Vincent Trocheck to the Utah Mammoth for a defenseman Sean Durzi, center prospect Cole Beaudoin, apologies if I mispronounce that, and a 3rd-round pick in 2027, and shipping Will Borgen to the Boston Bruins for a 2nd-round pick in 2027 and a 3rd-round pick in 2028. Now, of course, it was kind of reported that perhaps Will Borgen would come to the Canucks in the Pettersson trade. Looks like that ended up obviously not happening. He went to Boston instead. But just over a year after acquiring Pettersson from the Penguins, the Canucks recouped the first-round pick that they paid to acquire him. Granted, again, it is a late, 2030, like 4 years down the road, first-round pick. But it's still, at the end of the day, it's still a first-round pick. In that trade, the Canucks also received Drew O'Connor in exchange for forward Danton Heinen, defenseman Vincent Desharnais, who got paid today, by the way, prospect Melvin Fernstrom, and what ultimately became the 12th overall pick in the 2025 NHL draft. Now, we keep talking about how they recouped what they paid for Marcus Pettersson, and I actually talked about this 5 months ago in this video right here. Canucks trade rumors, could the Canucks get back what they paid for Marcus Pettersson? And you guys seem to really enjoy that video, got over 1,000 views, but I said this 5 months ago. And now 5 months later, the Canucks trade Marcus Pettersson and they get a 1st-round pick in return. So now I don't want to take credit for saying this because someone else brought this idea up. And I was like, hey, this is actually quite the idea. But there you go. The Canucks, in fact, got back what they paid for Marcus Pettersson. And in all honesty, they never even should have made the Marcus Pettersson trade. I think I mentioned that in this short right here too. So, and a lot of people are probably wondering, why a 2030 first-round pick? Why couldn't it have been a 2029 or a 2027 first? For starters, New York is not trading away their 2027 first-round pick. I don't even know if they still have it. But you're not getting a first-round pick like a 2027 first round pick for Marcus Pettersson. This is still some tidy business from Ryan Johnson. And if you're wondering 2030, well, I'm glad that you're wondering that, because in 2030, look who's number one on the draft eligibility chart. RJ Celebrini from North Shore Winter Club. Yes, that is Macklin Celebrini's brother, RJ. Remember, there's 3 Celebrinis. Macklin, obviously with the Sharks. There's Aiden, who the Canucks actually have in their system. And then there's RJ, the youngest of the 3. And he will be a draft eligible in 2030. And he's projected as a first-round pick. And this kid is absolutely amazing. So this is why Canuck fans should be, ecstatic, excited for them getting another 2030 first-round pick. This also, of course, means Canucks have multiple first-round picks in 2030. They have 2. They have their own, and they now have this one. They could very easily trade this New York Rangers pick and maybe get some assets down the line. I'm not saying trade it now, but in 4 years from now, they could have a real shot at getting RJ Celebrini by acquiring all these picks. So, yeah, RJ Celebrini, just a quick look at him. Obviously 14 years old, 5'3", 115 pounds. In 4 years, he's probably going to be a lot bigger than that. But this kid is something special. 71 goals, 77 assists, and 148 points in 60 games for North Shore Winter Club this year. This kid is going to be an absolute freaking stud. So the fact that they're getting first-round picks in 2030, positive sign for RJ Celebrini here. But I want to know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Let me know what you guys think about this trade, Marcus Pettersson being dealt to the New York Rangers for a 2030 first-round pick. Let me know down in the comments your thoughts. And, of course, if you guys enjoyed this video, on your way out, you can like the video and subscribe to The Line Change for more Canucks and off-season related content. You can also become a member of The Line Change and get early access to videos such as like this one. And now an important message from our friends over at DraftKings. It all came down to it, a best-of-6 battle that saw the Carolina Hurricanes emerge as the Stanley Cup champions. Now as we enter the offseason, DraftKings has you covered every step of the way. The DraftKings Sports app is now available in all 50 states and includes all markets. Sweat every shift of the series all in one place with one app. New DraftKings customers sign up with code THPN, spend $5 to get $200 in rewards within 21 days. That's code THPN in partnership with DraftKings. The crown is yours.
Bet with DK Sportsbook. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 1-800-MY-RESET. New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY. Connecticut, call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino in Kansas, that text pass-through may apply in Illinois. 21 and over. Void in Ontario. Event contract trading with DraftKings predictions involves risk of loss. Sportsbook bonus bets expire in 7 days. $50 in predictions dollars issued weekly for 3 weeks expire in 1 year. Redeem one non-withdrawable reward. Availability varies. Predictions offer void in New York. Ends June 28. Terms at dkng.co/audio.
Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.